Of course, my darlings. Gather round, pour your tea or something stronger. It's time for a proper rewind, a cleansing fire for the soul. Tonight, on Meghan and Harry Tales, we're taking back the narrative. We're revisiting that Oprah interview, not through the dusty, distorted lens of the British tabloids, but through the clear, unflinching eyes of truth. They said it was an earth-shattering tell-all, but for us, it was a long overdue unlocking of truth. So let's break it all down and expose the rubbish for what it is. Hello, my darlings. Welcome to a safe space, a place where we see through the smoke and mirrors. Tonight, we're going back to March 2021, a moment that shook the world, but not for the reasons the old guard would have you believe. It wasn't an earthquake of malice, it was a tremor of liberation. Harry and Meghan, our Duke and Duchess, finally had the platform to speak their truth, and the institution and its media allies have never recovered. Let's relive it, not with their spin, but with ours. First, the pathetic claim that this was some pre-orchestrated plot between best friends, Meghan and Oprah. Please, let's be very clear, my darlings. Oprah Winfrey is a global icon, a master journalist who has interviewed presidents, legends and icons for decades. To reduce her to Meghan's pal is not only factually inaccurate, they were acquaintances at best. It is deeply, profoundly sexist and racist. It's a trope designed to undermine two powerful women by framing their professional interaction as a catty, personal scheme. It's a lazy, useless claim meant to poison the well. They couldn't attack the message, so they tried to discredit the messenger. It failed. And now, the big one, the conversation about race. My darlings, watch how they twisted this. Listen to what Meghan actually said. She never, ever called the Queen or the late Duke of Edinburgh racist. She spoke with heartbreaking clarity about concerns and conversations from a senior member of the family, unnamed, about how dark Archie's skin might be and what that would mean for his title and his security. And what did the media do? They screamed, "They're calling the royal family racist." It was a deliberate, malicious conflation. They created a straw man to burn down because addressing the actual issue, the insidious nature of unconscious bias within one of the world's oldest, whitest institutions, was too uncomfortable. Even the Queen's response, recollections may vary, was a masterful piece of diplomacy that acknowledged a difficult conversation needed to be had, not a flat denial. But the media, our darlings, they ignored that nuance. They always do. The bridesmaid dress story painted Meghan as difficult, repeated until it became accepted as fact. In the interview, Meghan calmly revealed the truth. She was the one left in tears, not her sister-in-law. She shared this not to assign blame, but to correct a damaging narrative. Her sister-in-law apologized, and Meghan forgave her. Her focus was on the institution's silence. The palace knew the truth, but let the false story persist. This inaction revealed a system unwilling to protect her from a harmful press. The tabloids created a villain, but Meghan's reality was one of grace under pressure. Her story was a plea for fairness, not an attack. It highlighted the injustice of being condemned by a lie. Meghan's resilience shone through, a testament to her character. This single story reflected the couple's broader struggle, truth versus tabloid fiction. It was about seeking justice, not revenge. And can we please, for the love of all that is holy, bury the Wallis-Simpson comparison? It is lazy, it is historically illiterate, and it is dripping with racist and sexist venom. Wallis was a Nazi-sympathising social climber. Meghan is a university-educated, self-made humanitarian and actress. The only similarity the racist narrative sees is American divorcee, and we all know what other unspoken similarity they're really focusing on. It's a vile, useless claim meant to cast Harry as a duped victim and Meghan as a sinister seductress. It's a fantasy, and a disgusting one at that. And let us not let them erase Prince Harry's legacy. A decade of military service, 2 tours in Afghanistan, the founding of the Invictus Games, a global phenomenon that has saved countless lives. But because he chose to protect his wife and children, they now try to paint him as a traitor, a man who abandoned his duty. His duty was to his family and his conscience. His service to the veteran community continues, unfettered by the uniform he no longer wears. To dismiss his sacrifice is the most profound insult, and it shows the sheer desperation of his detractors. The palace's response, recollections may vary, was brief but telling. It wasn't a denial or apology, but a way to cast doubt and distance. This phrase acknowledged a conversation but questioned its accuracy, closing down dialogue. It reflected the institution's instinct to protect itself, not to seek truth. The statement highlighted the conflict between family and institution. Instead of transparency, the palace chose deflection, a missed chance for growth. For many, recollections may vary became a symbol of the monarchy's reluctance to confront hard truths. The silence spoke volumes, confirming why Harry and Meghan felt compelled to leave. Years later, the world remains fascinated by Harry and Meghan, not for drama, but for what their story represents. It's about the clash of tradition and progress, power and freedom. Their journey challenges us to consider what we value: duty or the courage to seek well-being. Speaking out was the start of a new chapter, one defined by agency and purpose. They now serve on their own terms, focusing on causes that matter. Their leadership is rooted in authenticity, not inherited status. Let's remember the people at the heart of this: a son protecting his family, a woman enduring with grace, a couple choosing love and truth. Their story is one of resilience and hope, not tragedy. So, my darlings, here is the truth they can't stand. The Oprah interview wasn't an attack. It was a testimony. It was 2 people, our people, saying no more. No more to the lies, no more to the racism, no more to the crushing silence. The media fantasy is that Harry and Meghan are obsessed with the throne they left behind. The reality is that they are building an empire of their own, an empire of compassion, of truth and of love. They aren't looking back, they are soaring forward, and the frantic, punitive recycling of these useless claims is just the sound of the old world crumbling behind them. The record is set. The truth is out. We see it. We stand with them, always. Until next time, my darlings, hold fast to the truth.